Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cubs Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 25. Today, we get through the middle portion of another season here in Chicago as we take the Cubbies, who are 37 and 31, not having the greatest year, but it's not a horrible season. It's just the Cardinals are having an unbelievable season. We're trying to take these boys back to the promised land because it hasn't been a good ride for us the past couple of years. We won the World Series in year number 2. And ever since then, year 3, year 4, year 5, trash. All losses in big moments. So now, year 6, we look to counteract that. We've made some improvements to the team in the offseason. And we started year number 6 on a good enough note. It wasn't amazing, but it is a good enough note. We've got some good pitchers on the staff. We've got a good lineup. Ichiro I like. Pete Rose I like a lot. He's having a killer season. Bagwell we made a move for. I think the team is good enough to take this division. We just got to figure it out. We've had a little bit of a up and down road, a little bit of a rocky road, you could say. But I'm hoping that we can turn it around here in June and then take that into July and then a little bit into August as well. Because we've got the draft, we've got the All-Star break, and the trade deadline all in today's episode. I have no idea if we're going to be active at the deadline. I guess we'll see where the team is by July 31st. Let's get started there, though. Let's start simulating and seeing if this team can actually get some big-time W's and try to close that gap on the the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, also in the last episode, it kind of gets overlooked, but we had a huge momentous occasion because Lee Smith has broken the all-time saves record. Mariano Rivera is no longer the save king. It is Lee Smith, and he did it in a Cubs uniform. Talk about goated on the sticks. So good for Lee Smith. But we're kind of struggling here. A couple of losses to the Mariners, a loss to the Brewers, a couple losses to the Cardinals, but 3 out of 4 is not bad against the team that leads the division. And look at that. We were down 10 games at the start of the episode. We've simulated, 2.5 weeks? We're down 3 games. We've pulled it back that close. This team's good. If we can just get consistent pitching, I think we can win a bunch of games. I mean, we know our boys are going to hit. So we just got to get some consistent enough hitting. And this Cubs team can take it for a ride. That is for sure. We get some more wins. Pete Rose with some knee inflammation is never a good sign. We are getting a couple of big injuries. We now jump into July. We've got a series against the Guardians. Ooh, bases loaded situation for Jimmy Rollins. We're down by 2. Jimmy needs an extra base hit here. We're going to try it. You know what a crazy stat is that I just saw as we were loading into the game? We're just entering July, and we have 140 team home runs, which is amazing. That's really, really good. But that's good for 9th in baseball right now. We're top 10, and we're not to the top of the top 10. So that just goes to show you how many guys are hitting home runs on different teams. But Jimmy Rollins, I didn't even talk about Jimmy Rollins hitting that amazing double. Good for him. He gets the 2 RBI double, ties the game, and that brings up Ichiro. He's 0 for 4 today, but can he give us the walk-off we need? Ichiro grounder to first, and we'll go to extra innings. Just couldn't get enough of it. Good timing, but couldn't get enough of it. But we do end up pulling off the walk-off. Trammell hits an RBI single, but I was about to say Buff Bagwell, not the dead pro wrestler. Buff Bagwell. Jeff Bagwell with 2 home runs, including a walk-off 3-run shot, gives the Cubs the victory 8-6. That's a big win. You'll love to see it. Nice win against the Guardians. That gives us the sweep of the series, 3-0 against the Guards. But now we take on the Cardinals again. Decent trade here. Felipe Oliva, 24-year-old youngster, traded from the Braves to the Angels. We got to win against the Cardinals. We take 1 of 3 against the Cardinals. That's not good. That was a chance to tie the series, or tie the division. This is a tight division. I mean, you got us and the Cardinals who are battling for first, and then you got the Brewers, Reds, and really the Pirates they're all not that far out of it if you think about it. Any one of those teams could go on a nice little run and make some noise. Let's keep moving on here, though. We need to get as many wins as possible. We need to rack them up. And as I say that, we lose 2 to the Twins. Jason Dominguez needs to stay on the 60-day. He's still not ready to go. Today is the first-year player draft. I've set my drafting to scouting, obviously. Or to auto, not to scouting. I've set it to auto, obviously. We'll see what happens here. The Twins have the number 1 overall pick, who we just lost 2 of 3 against. And they will draft Julius Duggan, number 2 player ranked in baseball. Could be good. I'm assuming they scouted him pretty well. Could be a good player. I think the Brewers are up next with the number 2 pick. And they grabbed themselves Brian Chang, the number 6 prospect in baseball, starting pitcher, 20 years old as well. And then the 3rd pick, selected by the Dodgers. How'd the Dodgers get the 3rd pick? They take the number 11 player, Shea Martins. Martens? I don't know. We have the number 24 pick, and now it's our time to shine. Here we go. Who do we have scouted? Johnny Simons. Looks fairly good. He could be a good player for us. We also have Peter Suzuki. Maybe we pair him up with Ichiro. Have him get mentored by Ichiro. That'd be pretty good. Estevan Palmeiro is 100% scouted. Romeo Fowler scouted 100%. There's a couple guys that are scouted 100%, but I don't think anybody looks that good. I think Johnny Simons is probably the best option here. 74 to 89 potential. He's got really good defensive and speed stats. Can't really hit the baseball that well, but he looks like our best option. So we're going to grab Johnny Simons. Welcome aboard. He's probably never going to be anything on the big league roster for us, but maybe he could be a trade piece. You never know. Let's take Estevan Palmeiro as our 2nd round pick. To the 3rd round, Romeo Fowler's still on the board, but I don't think he looked that good. Domingo Pena. I think he looks a little bit better than Fowler, right? Yeah, they're both 100% scouted. Let's take Domingo Pena as our 3rd draft pick. Into the 4th round now. Probably need to grab a pitcher if we can, but it looks like it's just relief pitchers and hitters left. That's kind of a sketchy thing. Let's take David Ridgway from Jamaica. He's got a good mutton chops going on. We'll grab him. And then in the 5th round, there's another pitcher available. Sean Birch with a crazy... Speaking of mustaches, that's a crazy mustache. I might take him just for the mustache alone. This guy... I mean, none of these guys are going to be any good because they're not scouted. We have no idea. But Dennis Garcia... Out of everybody, he's got a chance to be good, I guess. There's no way he's actually that good. I want to take this guy for his mustache alone. Sean Birch, he's got the craziest mustache of all time. I'm grabbing him. Round 6, who do we take now? Maybe Gio Porter? A little Gio Porter action? Let's grab him. Sure, why not? We're just taking guesses at this point. And that is the end of the draft. We move through pretty quickly. We have anybody participating in the Home Run Derby? We do not. All right, whatever. Not a big deal. What about the All-Star game? We got to have somebody in the All-Star game, right? I mean, we're the Cubs. We got to have somebody in the All-Star game. I think we were at the Royals Park for the Home Run Derby, so let's go back to Kaufman. All right, what do we got? We got Greg Maddux. CC Sabathia makes it. Of course he does. I mean, look at these numbers. We trade CC to the Mets, and he goes 12-1 with a 3.15 and a 1.21 whip. What are we talking about, CC? How do you not put up those kind of numbers for me? Whatever. Whatever. You want to be a hater? Be a hater. Be a hater. We don't have anybody in the bullpen, right? None of these guys are our guys? No, it doesn't look like it. All right, so we don't have any of these guys. What about hitters? Do we have any of them? We have Pete Rose as a starting 3rd baseman. Love to see that. He's been really good for us. 3.14 ERA, or average, I mean. And it looks like he's our lone addition to the All-Star game. So we'll play around with Pete Rose, see if he's got some stuff up his sleeve. But I thought we might have a couple more representation here in the All-Star game, but it looks like just Pete Rose.
It's the National League All-Stars taking on the American League All-Stars. Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. John Shelby and Chris Singleton with you. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these all-star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, and you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. So, almost ready to get underway. Starting on the mound in this one,
All right, we got the All-Star game ready to go. Jared Jones apparently pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays. Not something I would have thought about. I don't remember hearing about that trade. Maybe we did, and it escaped my mind. That's probably what happened. That usually is what happened. But we'll see if we can get to him, and we have a home run already. Andreas Galarraga hits the home run, and Johnny Bench gets on base for Pistol Pete. I know that's not his nickname, but we're going to call him Pistol Pete for the sake of this commentary. We'll see what we can do. 2-1 count. He's got a runner on first. Johnny Bench. Can we hit one in the fountain? That'd be pretty sick. Ooh, get down. That's not going to get down. That carried way too much. It goes into the awaiting massive glove of Hank Aaron out there in right field. And unfortunately, Pete Rose cannot do anything for the boys. But Jason Bay can hit a 2-run homer. All right, big dog. I see you out here, Jason Bay. Pretty nice. Chris Sale comes in, former Chicago Cub. And we will take Greg Maddux out for Jack Flaherty. See if we can do anything on the mound with Flaherty. We get out of the inning, no danger done. Skubal comes in. What's Skubal got? Skubal's got nothing. Exactly. Johnny Bench with a double, and Pete Rose comes back to the plate. 4-0. Johnny Bench is killing the All-Star game. He's got a single and a double and a bunch of RBIs. And Pete Rose has got an RBI as well, because we're sending Johnny Bench around third on his way to home. Beat the throw, Johnny, please. He will, by a mile. And Pete Rose got an RBI single. And he's happy about it. He put money on the game. He knows what he's doing. But Jason Bay flies out, and we can't do anything else. So we leave Pete Rose stranded, but 5-0's not too shabby. We'll bring in CC Sabathia. See if he can do some damage here. Having a crazy good season. I'm kind of hating him right now. Dontrell Willis makes the All-Star team for the Orioles. Okay, that's a name we haven't seen in a minute. The D-Train makes it. We'll take CC Sabathia out. We'll bring in Diego Chacon? I don't know how to say that. How would you say that? Chacon? It's probably a soft C, I would assume. I don't know. That's a crazy name. Shota Imanaga? I think it's Imanaga. I don't know for sure. Johnny Bench is 3 for 3, by the way. And this is the final at-bat for the big dog, Pete Rose. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And he might have had a home run right here. He got enough of it. Pete Rose deep in the glove of the center fielder, and I wasn't even paying attention. Oops. Oh, but it might have sold. He sold. You got to be kidding me. We survive. We don't get a double play because the second baseman or the cutoff man, whoever it was, completely threw the ball out of the arms of the first baseman. I can't believe he sold that bad. You gotta be fired after that. I know it's an All-Star game, but you gotta get kicked off the team after a thing like that. That's crazy. Let's start pinch hitting. So Tony Gwynn will get pinch hit for the Strawberry Man. Rob Nen comes in. Barry Larkin substituted for Bobby Witt. Oh, Bobby. Galarraga substituted for Vladdy Jr. And then Bowden Francis get taken. Oops, that's not what I'm going to do. For, let's see. Let's put in Bruce Sutter. See if we can do some damage with him. He's having a good season. 1.56 ERA, .92 whip. Killing it. And he does a good job. Stargell will get taken out for somebody. Probably Fernando Tatis. And he will strike out because, of course, he does. Center field, Andrew Jones will come in, and he solos it. Good for Andrew Jones. And then Johnny Bench, who's been the best hitter in this game, he'll get substituted for Adley Rutschman. He gets a single. Pete Rose's day is over. He gets substituted for Rafael Devers. Strikes out. Jason Bay. Ted Williams in his frozen head. Pitching change. Let's bring this guy, Jim Cat, or Cat, something? Meow? I don't know. Let's see what he's got in the bottom of the 8th. Can he get out of danger? Ooh, it's getting a little crazy for the Cat man. Bases are loaded. What can he do? Fielder's choice. Second base, we'll bring in Otto Lopez. Dennis Eckersley and his mustache comes in. Strawberry Man stays in. He gets a single. Bobby Witt stays in. He gets a pop-up, Vladdy Jr. for Buck O'Neil, and he grounds out. And then to end the game, 7-0, we'll bring in Emmanuel Clase. And we'll see what he can do. He gets a single. He's coming out. We'll bring in Mason Miller. Fielder's choice, single, run scored, strikeout, the National League wins, and everybody's happy. Man, Johnny Bench killed that game. He did really well. They give the player of the game to Andres Galarraga. I would have given it to Johnny Bench, if I'm being honest. He had a crazy good game. But Pete Rose contributed. Had a good game as well. And we'll see what we can do at the deadline. It's deadline time, baby. Well, it will be soon. Today is the day to sign draft picks. That's not what I wanted to go to. So let's sign some bad boys. See what we got. We got Domingo Pena as our first guy we can offer. And he has declined, because of course he did. Everybody's so stingy all the time. Why does nobody want to play for a contract? Another day to sign draft picks. Let's actually get this guy signed. Thank you. Pena signs. We can offer David Ridgway a contract, and he's decided to sign. He's willing to work with the team. What about Sean Birch and that crazy mustache? Yes, I knew I liked him. And then the rest of the guys we can't offer just yet, but very soon we'll be able to offer those guys. Let's get on the win streak here. Let's get some wins, boys. Pablo Cruz traded to the Red Sox from the Braves. Another day to sign draft picks. We're still 3 games back of the Cardinals. That big win streak that we had to end the month of June and it pulled it into a little bit of July has really helped us catch the Cardinals. But I don't know if it's going to matter too much if we keep losing these games. Let's sign you, hopefully. Yep, Johnny Simons, the first round pick for us, has agreed. Estevan Palmeiro declines. What about Porter? We can't offer him just yet. It's getting to the wire. We win another game. Another day to sign draft picks. Come on, Estevan. Accept. No, he's being stingy, man. These rookies are really bad on... Gio Porter says no as well. He's a 7th round pick. You don't have that much power. Luis Robert traded from the Braves to the Rockies. All right, whatever. A lot of trades going down. What about Estevan? Last chance to get him. He declines. Wow. I mean, it's not our last chance to get him. We have one more chance to get him, but still. Finally, Gio Porter accepts, but Estevan is being real stingy. He does not want to play ball with the boys. We get another win, and now we've got ourselves... 62-45, man. 62-45. Finally, Estevan signs his contract. Thank God. And that is everybody signed, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's get some more wins, boys. Let's get some more wins. Lawrence Montez, 19-year-old 74 overall closer, gets traded for another prospect. And then Cade Smith traded from the Rays to the Nationals. A lot of people moving around. But now it's the deadline. We sit, as of July 31st, a game and a half back of St. Louis. We've really had a crazy good couple of months here. What do we need, if anything? Kerry Wood's not pitching amazingly. We could probably do without Kerry Wood, but we'll see what happens there. Kirby's okay. Felix is good. Lincecum's not really that good. I mean, I don't understand Tim Lincecum, man. I really don't. Very strange. He's 2 years removed from his Cy Young campaign. Very, very strange. Garrett Cole's actually not pitching that bad. What about the lineup? Jimmy Rollins doing well. Ichiro's okay. Bonds is doing okay. Pete Rose has kind of cooled off a little bit. Still hitting really good, but... I mean, the team, the lineup is not the problem, I don't think. The lineup is hitting fairly well. if anything, Kerry Wood could get moved to make room for another starter that actually is decent. And maybe that other starter is Dontrelle Willis, who was an all-star this year. Could be a thing. He is significantly cheaper. We'll come back to the Dontrelle Willis trade because that's going to require us to add even more pieces. So we'll have to think about that. Is there anybody else that I would want to trade for? How's Skeens doing? 6-7 with a 4.65. So at least he's not dominating in Detroit. I would have been pretty upset if we let him go and he just goes and kills it the very next season. So that would have been pretty upsetting. Who's this guy? Alberto Mendoza, 20 years old, already a 90 overall. He was drafted in 2027. Oh my God. Alberto Mendoza might be a dog for us. I mean, I kind of want to trade for him, but then again, this series is about legends and not about auto-generated guys, but that's a crazy good player. I'm kind of tempted to go after him. I just keep thinking about the possibility of Dontrelle Willis. I feel like that's probably the best direction to go in. Kurt Schilling's starting to struggle a little bit. He's hot right now, but who knows what he can do. Pedro, Rhett Lauder, Nolan Ryan. A lot of these guys are so expensive. And we come right back to Dontrelle Willis. He has the benefit of being very cheap. He was an all-star this year for the Orioles. It's not going to cost us that much to get up and get him. Even if we toss in cool Papa Bell. Or we could toss, weirdly, we can toss in pretty much anybody, I think. Probably even Richard Gallardo. We got good closing depth. Not very much good catching depth. We got some good second base depth. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I could trade you Jared Kelenic because we don't really need him. He's kind of just a guy. So let's do this trade. Let's get Dontrelle Willis. He was an all-star this year for the Orioles, and now he comes play for the Cubbies. Now he's coming and playing for the Cubbies in the friendly confines. And he is going to be a starter over Clayton Kershaw. We'll give Willis the start. And if he struggles, then we'll obviously move Kershaw into that role, or we'll trade again, I guess. Actually, we can't trade again. We'll probably have to move Kershaw. Good thing we have Kershaw. And Zimmerman, I guess. But I think that's going to be the only move we make in the rotation. Although we probably should trade Tim Lincecum, because he hasn't really found that magic since that Cy Young season in 2028. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Is there anybody else that I would want to trade right now? Who else would I want to trade, if anybody? Why is Evan Carl? Because Bryce Harper, I think, got hurt. That's why. So Bryce Harper comes back in at center field. Adam Dunn at DH. Yogi Berra, Alfonso Soriano. I guess we could just move John Kenzie just for the fun of it, I guess. It's not really fun, but we could just move him. Freddie Franco. Looks like a pretty solid player. Who can I get for John Kenzie? How's Sammy Sosa doing? 25 home runs, hitting 277. He's hitting pretty well. Not amazingly, but he's hitting okay. Gary Sheffield, he's expensive. Jason Hayward. That'd be a fun one to get. Can we make a move for Jason Hayward? What's his contract look like? Oh, he's a free agent after the year. You know what? We don't need to do that. We can maybe make a move for him in the offseason. That might be smarter. Is this guy named The Password? That's what I feel like his name is, because that's a crazy name. I think his nickname's The Password. Let's see. Vladdy Sr., I should say. Hank Aaron. Walker Jenkins, David Justice, Andre Dawson, Joey Bats, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge's 37, jeez. Tatis, Lawrence Butler. Lawrence Butler's a 94 overall. Man, he develops crazy good, doesn't he? I didn't realize he developed so well. Interesting. Jose Canseco is cool, but he's very valuable. He's got to be a free agent, right? He is. Ooh, this free agent class is going to be pretty sick. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Manny Ramirez, Albert Bell. We're back to the Franco, dude. Hank Thompson, Roberto Clemente. All the good right fielders are super expensive, so we're probably not going to be able to get any of them. We might have to get that second tier of right fielder. And I guess it doesn't have to be a right fielder. I was just kind of going position, same position type of trade. I don't know. I don't want anybody that's super expensive because obviously we don't have crazy amounts of cap space to be able to make a trade like that. Especially because John Kenzie's not that expensive at all. He's $800K. Maybe a guy like Dylan Cruz? I mean, I could see it. He's a little bit more expensive than I was liking. I don't know. I think maybe if we try maybe a left fielder. How's the left field depth looking? We've got Dominguez injured. Let's go for... No, it probably has to be a right fielder, doesn't it? Because we have Evan Carter as well. So let's keep looking at right field. Let's keep looking at right field. There's got to be somebody here. Jordan Walker is a free agent after the season. He's not having a good year at all. Maybe he got hurt. I don't know, but he's not having a good year at all. It's crazy how much money all these guys are getting. All these guys are getting crazy amounts of money, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I was hoping that people would be cheaper. Where are all the good cheap players at? What's the move here? What's the move? Gabriel Rincones Jr.? Is that how you say that? I don't know. He's doing okay. I could see a trade for him. I could definitely see the trade working out. There's Mike Trout. Still hasn't. It's good to know that he hasn't retired in this either, just like in Angels franchise. I'm kind of leaning either Dylan Cruz or this Gabriel Rincones Jr. I think that's how you say that. Because we're obviously don't have the money to get a Dale Strawberry, don't have the assets to get him. We can't get Jose Canseco. We can't get Lawrence Butler, and he's crazy valuable. Dylan Cruz kind of intrigues me a little bit. There could be a world where we can grab him. I don't know what we trade in return. Maybe a Gabriel Arias type player, and then maybe a center. Jeez, I did it again, didn't I? Maybe a catcher, I guess I should say. But none of the catchers have enough value to make it work, unfortunately. So Dylan Cruz probably off the table. What about if I toss in this guy? What kind of value can I get now? He doesn't have that much value, but maybe it's enough to put something over the table. What about this Freddie Franco, dude? Drafted in 2026. He looks like he could be solid. But he's going to be a little bit too valuable for what I'm willing to give up. So we're going to move on to a new player. It can't be anybody too crazy because I'm not willing to give up that much. But it's got to be somebody that I can at least be productive at the major league level. And I don't know if that combination of things I'm looking for is here. At least for cheap. Because I mean Reggie Sanders is $37 million. I can't ask that. That's way too crazy. What is the move? What is the move? Maybe Montez? Lazaro Montez? I could see a world where he's a guy for us. And then maybe we bring in some extra catcher depth, because I know our catcher depth isn't amazing. I mean, we got nobody that's young and has potential. Maybe we ask for a Johnny Ruiz type player and give them back, I don't know, somebody that's bad. Who do we have that's not good? Let's try a bullpen arm. You can have Matt Barnes back. We don't need Matt Barnes. All right, let's do this trade. It's not an amazing trade. It's not like groundbreaking or anything, but it does get us rid of John Kenzie Noel, who was just never going to do anything for us, unfortunately. And you know what? Charlie Condon probably deserves to get called up, doesn't he? He probably deserves to get called up. Do we have anybody that's hurt that would take that spot? Jason Dominguez is hurt, but he's out for the season, so he's not a problem. I think Charlie Condon gets a call up here. Yeah, let's do it. Add to the 40-man roster. Welcome aboard, Charlie Condon. That's probably going to be our only trade. I don't think we need to do anything else. We win that game, though, against the Brewers. Kerry Wood, that's the trade that we made there for Dontrelle Willis. Let's move on to finish up this season. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Look at the boys. What a win streak. Oh, my God. We won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games in a row. 13-game win streak, boys. That's a huge win streak. Oh, my God. And Dontrelle killing it. Oh, the boys are back. The boys are back. But that's going to do it for the episode. We're going to leave it on that note. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.